How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to show you about arithmetic operators, arithmetic expressions, and format currency method. So let's take a look at this application that I have. It's beverage sale. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm selling bottled water, soda, and bottled juice. In each of these text boxes, you'll type in the amount um, of bottled water that you want, and so on and so forth. So you'll be inserting numbers in there. You click calculate, it'll total up all the amount of items and it'll place it here. And here, what will be calculated would be the total sales of all of these items. Now, water, soda, and juice all have different prices, so that's where it gets a little tricky. As you can see, there's also a clear button, which is very simple to program. You know how to do that, and the exit button, which you know also how to do. I want to show you what controls I'm using, or the names of my controls. So I'll click here, and as you can see, these are all the different names. If you want to name them the same way, you can. If you want to change them, you can also do that too. Let's take a look at the code. Here's my code for this little application. I have comments, you know about that already. We have the option statements. We have the close. The exit button is programmed. The clear button is programmed. What we want to get to is the calculate button. This is the important part, which some of the things you may not have learned yet. So first thing we want to do when we program the calculate button is we always want to start with declaring variables. That's the first thing we want to do. So we start by declaring the variables where we're going to save um, those items from the text boxes. So whenever a person inserts some numbers into the text boxes, they need to be saved into variables, and this is where we're going to be saving them at: int water, int soda, and int juice. So this is quantity. Okay, next set of variables is price. This is the price of water, $1.15. This is the next one is a price for soda, $1.50. The third one is a price for juice. Now, people can be saying, oh yeah, well, you don't have to create variables for that. You can just put 1.15 on the code at the bottom and you should be okay. Well, what happens if your uh, price changes? Then you have to change it all over your program, and you don't want to do that. You just want to change it at the variable level and makes life a lot easier. So that is good programming practice to do that. Next set of variables. We have sales for all the water that we sell, all the soda that we sell, and all the juice that we sell. So we need to have variables for each of those because they're all different prices. Last set of variables, we have int total items sold. So this is the whether it was soda, water, or juice. Once again, int total items sold includes all of the items that were sold, whether it was juice, soda, or water. That's the quantity. The next one is double or DBL total sales. So that includes all the sales of all the complete sales of all the items, water, soda, and juice. And the third thing we have here in this set is the sales tax. Notice that it's a constant. Notice that I changed the. Notice how the name, the variable name is. Okay, this is how we create a variable name for a constant. All right, capitalize it, and then we use a underscore, and we add the value of 0.0825, or if you think about it, it's 8.25%. Okay. Next in my list of things here, next in my code, I should say, once we have the once somebody types in numbers into those text boxes, the code or Visual Basic considers that a string. It doesn't consider it numbers yet. So what we need to do is convert those strings into numbers, and I've shown you how to do this in the past, where we need to continue doing that every time we create a program that has numbers, that we want to use numbers. Okay, so I don't want to go over this. You've already seen this before. The calculation portion. This is the part that we need to go over in detail. First line of code for the calculation is calculating the total items sold. So we have water, int soda, and int juice, and we're adding them together, and we are saving them in the value in the variable int total items sold. Notice you always want to work from you look at the whenever you look at expressions, arithmetic expressions, look on the right hand side of the equal sign first. Do the expression or do the math. Think about the math, and then you will that answer will be saved into the variable on the left hand side of the equal sign. Next set of items here or code is we're multiplying the quantity of water that we sold times the price of water. We're doing this for all the items. We're doing it for soda and for juice also. And then we're saving it into the variable double water sales or double soda sales or double juice sales. So we have these, this is going to be the total price for each of these items. Now what we want to do is add up all these items. As you can see here, we're adding up all those items and we're saving them into double total sales. Okay. Once we have them in double total sales, now we want to calculate the sales tax. So if we take a look at what's in the parentheses first, we notice that we're multiplying double total sales times the tax. This is just going to give us the amount of tax that is owed, but we still need to add it to the sales again. Now this is the interesting part, is that once we do this calculation, we save it back to the same variable, double total sales, as you can see here. Now this is a very common practice in programming, and it's something that you need to get used to. Okay, there's always going to be calculations, and then you save it back to the same variable, like you see here. Okay. Now in terms of the output, let's take a look at that. The output, we're looking at total items sold for the output. That's taking all the items, whether it was juice, soda, or water, and we are going to be outputting it to the total items label. Now notice how I have my convert.toString method, and that is because we need to convert, all the output needs to be converted to a string. Okay, and the same thing goes for this next line of code here. We're converting the total sales to a string because it's a double, so we want to convert that to a string. But notice how we're encompassing that with the format currency method. Now what this is going to do is, if I were to just leave double total sales, it's not going to have the dollar sign. So we want to use this format currency method, which will include the dollar sign, and it will only use 2 digits for the cents. Okay, so we have dollars and cents, and that will be outputted into the total sales label. So let's take a look at this. Let's see. Let's look at how this program runs. Click Start. Bottled water. Let's say I bought 2. Let's go with 1 soda can and 1 bottle juice. I click Calculate, and there I have 4 total items that were sold. with a price of $5.57. So the program works. I'll clear it, exit. So that shows you an example of how to use arithmetic expressions and the format currency method. Thanks for watching.